Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the work session of the Salisbury City Council on January the 3rd, 2023. Before I begin, I'd like to wish everybody a very happy new year, and hopefully it'll be a safe and productive one. We have a couple of items on the agenda this evening, followed by a special meeting. First up is an introduction of the Sharon Drive Ocean Isle annexation, and building official Bill Holland is going to lead us through that. Mr. Holland?
Yes, sir. Finally, we're bringing back this Sharon Drive annexation. It consists of two lots. It's east and abuts the Ocean Isle Apartments. It consists of approximately 3.5 acres, and it's within the municipal growth plan. The annexation plan is to construct a self-storage facility that would be built in 3 phases and will have access off of Sharon Drive. This annexation was referred to the Planning Commission June 17, 2021. It was recommended to be zoned Planned Development District Number 1. This recommendation requires a text amendment to the city zoning code to add the legal description of the proposed annexed property. The public hearing for the proposed text amendment and preliminary development plan was held by the Planning Commission September 15th of 2022. And the Planning Commission provided a favorable recommendation for both the preliminary development and the proposed text amendment. When this comes back for a public introduction and to set the public hearing date is when Ordinance 2758 will be read for the first time. I am correct on that, right?
If that's what you say, I believe
okay.
so.
I'm just, okay. This was totally different from any one other annexations I've done. And the second reading will be done when after the City Council approves the annexation resolution. So everything will be done on the same night.
Gotcha.
This annexation in the agreement, prior to the issue of any building permits, the owner agrees to pay the development assessment fee of $31,000.
Bill, could you speak up just a little bit?
Sure.
I'm afraid we're not going to, because I'm barely hearing you.
Prior to the issuance of building permits, developer agrees to pay the city a fee of $31,989. This fee is to be used by the city for neighborhood beautification, restoration and revitalization improvement of existing neighborhoods. Upon completion of the annexation and the development, the city will have a positive impact, a net positive impact between $19,000 to $27,000. That's pretty much it.
Okay. Questions from any of the council members? Mr. Boda?
No.
Ms. Jackson?
No.
Michelle?
No.
Thank you. We have a representative from Rainier with us. Would you like to make a comment?
I don't have a whole lot of information to add. I came to answer any questions if the council has any questions. And I did have a couple of questions if now is not the appropriate time to ask. It's I can ask another time. On the developer fee, that number has changed at least once, if not twice, since we started this, and this has been a pretty long process. Is there any room to discuss, negotiate, etc.?
Not with us.
Okay, that's. Am I asking the right people? Who does this conversation?
Whoever you've been dealing with.
I've honestly not been able to find exactly who the person is that I should talk to. And Mark Tillman said that he had started the conversation and then some people went on holiday vacation. And the reason I'm asking is because this project is going to have very, very minimal impact on city services. We don't have water, we don't have sewer, we're not anticipating, I mean there's obviously no school, no transportation, hopefully there's no police presence, not necessary. It just seems, it seemed a bit higher than it could be, but if it is what it is, then we'll let it go.
Okay, that's not for us to decide.
Okay, thank you.
We can take it off the agenda if you want, and then
The administration's opinion, it is what it is.
it is what
No,
it is.
sir.
Okay,
No,
good
sir.
enough.
That sounds better.
Good enough. Okay, then we have consensus to move it forward.
Yes.
Michelle?
Yes.
I see it. Thank you. All right, thank you, Bill. We'll move forward. Ms. Nichols?
Yes.
Next up, we have a budget amendment to appropriate additional funds required for field ops. And Acting Director of Field Operations, Sam Ireland, is going to lead us through that one. You got the task of coming on board and coming before us for an amendment. Go ahead.
Well, it's good to be here regardless. Yeah, per the memo, we are requesting the approval of a budget amendment in the amount of $70,000 to cover funding shortfalls in the gasoline accounts for the department. It's my understanding that an executive decision was made prior to me coming on board that rather than guess what the market was going to do, there was going to be an amendment made later in the year that they didn't know when. They just assumed it would be sometime throughout the year. We have 7 divisions within our department that are far surpassed 50% of their gasoline accounts at this point. 2 of them are facets of our sanitation division, and the other is our streets, the parking authority, carpenter shop, the parks division, and the marina. All of which are pretty much par for the course in regards to consumption of gasoline being what it is.
Well, I'm sure we feel your pain. Okay, questions or comments from the council? And April?
No.
I heard him. I want just repeat what you said. I'm just somewhere out here right now, and I'm just trying to get logged in on my phone because I can't get in here. Could you repeat what you said, sweetheart?
Absolutely. It's my understanding that an executive decision was made earlier in the year before I came on board that as opposed to try and guess what gas prices were going to do, whether they fluctuate upwards or downwards, that there was just the understanding that an amendment would be made at some point in the course of the fiscal year. We're at that point now where we require funds to sort of keep the
For the increase.
without impacting service from the department.
We wanted to make sure we were halfway through the
Yeah,
year
no
to
question.
understand what the trajectory was going to be.
Okay. Michelle, you good? Michelle? Michelle's good. We have 3. You good with
No,
this?
good. I don't have any questions.
Okay, good.
Sorry, audio's being weird. I can barely pick you guys up.
Oh, okay. Everybody's going to have to talk a little bit louder. Can you hear me?
Yes, thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Figured you could hear me.
I can't see anybody though, so I don't know if the cameras are just not working
Oh,
for the
Kim,
Zoom or
yeah,
not, but I can't see anybody.
Sorry.
Hold on.
Hold on a second.
Hold on.
Oh no. Yeah.
Just kidding.
Carry on.
Okay. All right, we'll move that forward then. Mrs. Nichols, to do that. That concludes the agenda for the work session, and we are now at what's your pleasure? Do you want to do the comments at the end of the special meeting, or you want to do them? Let's do the comments at the end of the special meeting. So we do have a special meeting, and I'll call that meeting to order, and I'll call for a motion and a second to adopt the special meeting agenda.
So
Second.
Second.
Mr. Boda, seconded by Ms. Jackson. I'll call the motion. All those in favor of the legislative agenda as printed, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Hi.
Opposed? The chair votes aye. The legislative agenda is adopted by a vote of 4-0. I'll entertain a motion to approve ordinance number 2768 for the first reading.
So move.
Second.
Ms. Jackson, Mr. Boda. Ms. Boucher.
Ordinance number 2768, an ordinance of the City of Salisbury approving a budget amendment of the FY 2023 general fund budget to appropriate additional funds required for field operations. Whereas the city has surpassed what was originally budgeted for gasoline in the Department of Field Operations, and whereas the city's fuel budget has not kept up with the inflated price of gasoline seen in FY 22 and FY 23. Whereas the city's field operations department would use the funds to operate through the remainder of FY 23 without impacting service, and whereas the budget amendment as provided herein must be made upon the recommendation of the mayor and the approval of 4/5 of the council of the city of Salisbury. The ordinance reads as follows. Section 1. The city of Salisbury's fiscal year 2023 general fund budget is hereby amended as follows. Increase revenue for account 01000-469810 for description current year surplus in the amount of $70,000, and increase expenditure for account 32061-546006 for description operating in the same amount, which is $70,000.
Questions or comments from the council?
I do have one question, and I don't remember if it was said then. How did we come up with that figure?
Me and the admin, Sandy Elliott, he ran some calculations based on the percentages we found in the budget, the year-to-date budget, and I agreed with her after.
Forecasted out the rest of the year.
Okay, I just wanted to ask.
Any questions, Michelle?
No questions.
Thank you. I'll call the motion then. All those in favor of ordinance number 2768 for the first reading, please signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed? The chair votes aye. Ordinance number 2768 for the first reading is approved by a vote of 4-0. Thank you, Sam. Appreciate it.
Yep.
That concludes the special meeting, and we'll now have administration comments. Mr. Mayor?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hey, the only thing I would just offer is that wish everybody a happy new year. And today I attended the inauguration of our 47th Attorney General in Maryland, Anthony Brown, who is no longer a congressman and is now our Attorney General. First black Attorney General in the state of Maryland history, and a pretty amazing guy. So we'll have a new partner up there in Annapolis, we hope, a new person to negotiate with at least.
Yes.
Great.
Can I add a few more?
Sure, Julia.
A few items. Just want to extend a thank you to all the folks that attended all of our holiday festivities over the last couple weeks. Big lift from our field operations team and ABCD. So grateful for them. You'll be seeing information going out about Christmas tree recycling collection. So those will be on Mondays. But check our Facebook for the details on that. And then lastly, just for your all information, we hired a new communications director, Casey Martin. She started today. So if you have any communications related issues, Casey's our person along with Allison. Looking forward to fresh ideas and opportunities ahead.
Great. Thank you. Mr. Boda?
Happy New Year, everyone.
That was good. April?
Happy New Year's. I just want everybody to continue to keep my family lifted up in prayer. We really have a tough time, but it's not easy, but it's easy. It's gonna be.
We're all praying for you. Michelle?
Well, I just wanted to say Happy New Year to everybody. And that was about it. Just
Okay.
thinking about April and her family now.
Yeah, we all are, and hopefully things will work out for this. Since Angela couldn't be with us tonight, I'll instead of seconding, I'll make the first. Please, if you are able to give blood, please give blood. Nothing has changed. We are still in desperate need of blood. So if you can do that, please do that. Other than that, I don't have anything to say, so I think we're going to adjourn this meeting. And have a good week, everyone, and we'll see you next Monday night at 6 p.m. Thank you.